Hello everyone, welcome to Anime No Me, and thank you for joining us for another One Piece video. The family that Shanks comes from is completely unknown, as well as his past, and we have little to no information beyond the very small glimpses that have been scattered throughout Roger's past, which have been presented within the official story of One Piece, or in the films such as One Piece Film Red. There are many ideas that have swarmed around the community that Shanks' family could actually be world nobles, which means that Shanks could also be of a world noble, even though he followed the life of a pirate, much like Doflamingo did. Now, as a world noble and a pirate with the title of Yonko, his family probably denies it and considers him as an impure world noble, and they may even become future antagonists towards Shanks' eventual goals. So in today's video, we're going to talk about Shanks' past, who his family is, and we're going to talk about the possibility that Shanks' father will reveal himself as an antagonist in the future of the One Piece story. But before we dive into the video, if you're new to the channel, or even if you've watched a bunch of our videos, we'd be absolutely honored if you'd leave us a like, and even subscribe, and maybe leave us a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. It really helps us out, especially with that old YouTube algorithm, and it keeps motivating us to make more content. And if you'd like to help out the channel in a bigger way, consider sharing this video or another one of your favorites with a friend. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So my friends, as we know, Shanks, also known as Red-Haired Shanks, is one of the most iconic characters in the story of One Piece. He is one of the 4 Yonkos, which are the 4 most powerful pirates in the world, and he is also captain of the Red-Haired Pirates crew. The initial story of Shanks that we were introduced to begins when he was a young pirate, sailing the Grand Line on the crew of the former pirate king, Goldie Roger. Now, after the crew managed to find the One Piece treasure and disbanded, Shanks decided to create his own pirate crew so he could set out on his own adventures. Sometime later, Shanks met a young Luffy who was fascinated by the pirate and dreamed of becoming Shanks' crewmate. However, he was rejected, but the red-headed man still encouraged young Luffy's dream. After the events where Luffy ate the Gomu Gomu no Mi that belonged to the red-haired pirate's crew, and Shanks sacrificed his arm to save Luffy's life, he was eventually given Shanks' straw hat, and this became a symbol of a friendship and promise between the two, a great promise that could not be broken. Years later, Shanks has become a legendary pirate with one of the strongest crews on the Grand Line, and he's one of the few pirates that has influence over the world's leaders, and he's also respected by both his allies as well as his enemies. Throughout the story, Shanks has stayed hidden from the spotlight and has always avoided drawing too much attention. He simply waited for the young little rubber man to become a pirate and start following his dreams across the sea. When Luffy began his own journey, he recruited several pirates to be his crewmates, and Shanks has kept a watchful eye over Luffy's exploits, looking forward to the day when he would become a great pirate. In another extremely important moment in history, Shanks went to the Great Battle in Marineford with the aim of ending the confrontation. With the end of this great battle, Shanks revealed that he was worried that the new era that is coming, and that he wants to ensure that Luffy is ready to face the challenges that lie ahead of him. Shanks' story is one of the most interesting and emotional ones in One Piece, and his role in Luffy's life is central to the young captain's journey. Shanks is a captivating character with a strong and charismatic personality, and his presence in the story always brings a sense of mystery and intrigue. Thus far, the direct link between Shanks and the Gorosei, who are the 5 leaders of the world government and responsible for some of the most important decisions in the world, has not been revealed yet in the One Piece story. However, Shanks is known to be an influential figure in the pirate world and is respected by many, including some members of the world government. Now, in the story, it's shown that Shanks has a friendly relationship with the Gorosei. Marine Admiral Sengoku also respects his opinion and seeks a peaceful solution in the conflicts whenever he involves Shanks or his crew. In addition to that, at a certain part in the story, Shanks is seen talking to the Gorosei, wanting to talk to them about a certain pirate that we have no information about. This demonstrates that Shanks has a connection with the Gorosei, as they allowed a Yonko that presented a great danger to the world to freely enter Marijois and talk to them directly. Now, although Shanks' connection to the Gorosei isn't clear or definitive within the One Piece story, it is possible that more information will be revealed in the future. So as the story of One Piece continues to develop and new characters and events emerge and introduced over time, we may get to learn a little bit more about this connection and where it comes from. Another thing is that we don't have enough evidence within the One Piece story to indicate that the Fearlin family, which is Shanks' alleged family, could be one of the villains that will emerge in the future. However, we can talk about the possibility that the Fearlin family could be introduced as the villains in One Piece's main story. If the Fearlin family is indeed connected to Shanks, introducing them as villains could involve a conflict between Shanks and his own family. Perhaps the Fearlin family has an excessive ambition for power, and Shanks decided to intervene to stop them, and this would lead to a personal conflict between him and his own family. On the other hand, it's also possible that the Fearlin family is associated with an organization that is considered manipulative, known as the World Government. They could be working together to achieve a common goal, such as overthrowing the Great Age of Pirates and establishing a new system system of power. This could lead to a direct confrontation between Shanks' crew and their allies against the Fearlin family and their allies. This family as world nobles would have great influence over the world and would be able to hire very powerful characters to confront Shanks. There's even another possibility that Shanks already knows about his family and is on their side. And this possibility increases even more with recent chapters of One Piece, where it shows the existence of 9 holy knights that obey the world government. And one of these knights looks very similar in silhouette to Shanks. However, it is worth remembering again that these are just speculations and there's not enough evidence to really directly support them. We still need a lot more information about this mysterious family that will undoubtedly be presented to us with Shanks' past at some point in this final saga. For all we know, this silhouette could be of Shanks' father or brother, and it's just very similar to Shanks, bringing us confusion and a mystery about who this silhouette is, making it possible for Shanks' father or some relative to become one of the main villains in the story of One Piece. But again, as I said earlier, we just don't have enough evidence to indicate that Shanks' father or somebody related to him is one of the 9 holy knights, or even if they'll become one of the great villains within the story. However, if we just play around and consider this possibility, we can imagine some of the ideas about the role he could play in the story. If Shanks' father was a world noble and is one of the 9 holy knights, this would explain his wealth and the powerful connection that Shanks has. Being a member of the world nobles, it would give Shanks' father access to literally unlimited resources, advanced technology, and a network of influential contacts. And his status as a world noble may also explain Shanks' reserved and enigmatic personality, as world nobles are often portrayed as arrogant and cruel within the series. If Shanks' father or somebody related to him turned out to be a villain in the future, it could definitely explain some of the more mysterious and enigmatic characteristics of Shanks' being, such as his great skill with a sword and his great influence in the world of pirates. One of the big pieces of evidence that kind of leads some within the community to believe it could be Shanks is the silhouette of the Holy Knight, and it looks like he has an identical sword to what Shanks has, which means that this character is gotta be a great swordsman because he belongs to this group of extremely powerful characters and just happens to use a sword as his main source of combat. This would again explain the reasons that allowed Shanks to be so skilled in the art of swordsmanship, having pulled this talent and gotten it from his father, just like Zoro, who inherited the talent from his ancestors. But again, as of yet, there's just not enough information in the One Piece history to confirm or deny these ideas. One Piece story is known for its ability to surprise fans and subvert their expectations, and so far, many of these ideas could be right or just straight up wrong. So only time and Ichiro Oda will tell us the true story behind Shanks' family. So what remains for us to do is to wait and learn more about this mysterious character who carries a past full of secrets. So whatever the case, it's quite clear that Shanks' family will play a big role in this story in the future, and even more so with the complete revelation of Shanks' past and what his real goals are. Once that's revealed, that will be a major puzzle piece that many of us have been looking for, quite honestly, for decades. The true past of Shanks and his family, which will have some evidence that it could be a family of powerful world nobles, and how he has so much influence over the greater world. But with all that said, my friends, we'd now love to know what you think about it. First of all, how do you think the Fearlin family figures into the world nobles? Do you think they are celestial dragons, world nobles, a family that has something to deal with, say, Im-sama, or somebody even different? And next, do you think that silhouette was of Shanks, or possibly of somebody that he's related to? One of the details that's been floated around the community is the fact that when we see Shanks meet with the Gorosei, we actually don't get to see his iconic scar on his face, which could mean that this silhouette could be a brother of Shanks or even a clone, because with everything that we've learned on Egghead Island, the whole idea of cloning really does exist now. So what do you think about it? Let us know what you think in the comments below. So as we wrap up our video today, we'd like to thank you all so much for watching, especially those of you who've made it with us here to the very end. Be sure you comment on any themes or ideas that you'd like to see in future videos. And also, since you made it this far, give us a like and hit that red subscribe button before you head out to take on the rest of your day. I look forward to seeing all of you in our next video, and let's keep sailing this giant, wonderful sea together. Take care.